All right. I mean, I'm recording, so I guess we can start.
I'm recording too, so I guess we can start.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to
Watashi no Radio.
Watashi no Radio. That's right. We are back.
Now in podcast form.
So if you were with us before, Watashi no Radio was on Lander University, XLR, for 3 years, and we stopped.
But there's one thing we forgot to do.
What's that?
Introduce ourselves.
Should we start over?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Watashi no Radio, now in podcast form.
This is Tink.
And this is Sonic.
And welcome back. If you were with us before, Watashi no Radio was on Lander University, XLR, for 2 years, 3 years, I think. Up until Sonic graduated.
A couple of seasons.
That's right. We were on every week, and we played Japanese pop and rock, and the hits and the oldies, and
all
talked about
kinds of Japanese music, including Korean music.
And some K-pop. That's
times.
right. In our last season,
Yep.
we included a good bit of K-pop, and we were taking requests. We would talk about Japanese music and movies and anime and Japanese culture. I would usually talk about traditional culture, and Sonic would talk about pop culture. I guess we kind of both did both.
Yeah, we very well-rounded.
But we've been looking forward to getting back to it in a podcast form, and we finally have the time and the equipment, and it felt right.
Yep.
And here we are.
Just about the equipment.
And one thing
Here
we
are.
can't do in our current setup is play music for you on the show. So what have we
Right.
decided to do, Sonic?
We've decided to create an ongoing Spotify playlist.
That's right. So we'll be keeping a
Yes.
Watashi no Radio playlist. So listen to the podcast and then go to the playlist and play it. We'll put it on Spotify. And if we can figure out
It'll
how
be called
to.
Watashi no Radio.
Okay, good. Did you already set it up?
Yes.
Oh,
Sort
awesome.
of.
So
We'll see if we made it public.
we maybe will
but
have set it up.
It should definitely be public by the time this goes out.
Excellent. Excellent. We also have a website which should probably be up, which will have been up by the time this goes out. This makes me think of The End of the Restaurant, The End of the Universe. I don't know if you remember that book.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's the second one, though.
Anyway, trying to talk about something that hasn't happened yet, but in the past tense.
Right. But it's the future, and as long as we put it out before we put this up, we're not wrong.
That's right. That's right. We'll fix it before it goes live. At any rate, watashinoradio.com will be our website, and it'll just be a little information about us, but also how to listen and how to send us your requests. And we'll link to the Spotify playlist, and we'll probably also be doing a YouTube playlist and other ways to listen and enjoy new music.
Right. And when I get a camera, maybe we'll put up some video. Maybe we'll make this video or something.
That's right. I'm just always talking to a picture of Hatsune Miku in flowers. She's very nice, but
Yes.
it'd be nice to see. I don't know. We did this for
Well,
years,
yeah.
looking across the desk at you, so it'd be nice to see. That is also in the works. Excellent. So we've decided to. Previously, we would have roughly an hour show, sometimes 2-hour show, with music interspersed with conversation.
That was fun. Everybody loved that.
That was a lot of fun. Unless or until we figure out how to get to licensing music for podcasts, we're going to do it this way and just tell you some music that we would like to share with you. And Sonic thought of something old,
Something new. Something borrowed.
something blue.
I don't know. I figured it was a good stepping board.
It's fine. It sounds good. It gives us something to go off of instead of just Tink just packing in 20 minutes of music and attempting to put them together like there's some kind of theme.
Right. Now there really is a theme.
That's right.
At least for season 1.
I kind of like the idea of doing it. We could do it this way for all of season 1, but I liked some of the other things we talked about too.
Yeah.
We could have an episode or even a season, honestly. All anime theme songs,
Right.
movies and Ghiblis.
We could have 3 seasons of all anime theme songs and still not be through all of them.
All Ghibli, all boy bands. I actually look forward to doing some that are all game music. There's some incredible game music out of Japan. And going back a little ways, 64-bit and earlier.
Yeah, they have some great scores.
Do you want
It'll be
to
quite-
introduce our first song?
I can introduce our first song.
Okay.
For our first song, or as aptly titled, Something Old, we have Hey Let's Go, the opening theme song from My Neighbor Totoro.
Very nice. This song makes me feel so nostalgic. Now, not nostalgic in the sense that I saw Totoro as a kid, because I definitely didn't. But I saw it quite a while ago for the first time. And it's a special song. It kind of just takes you right in. It's a good one to kick off our show, too. Hey.
Yeah, it's a great
Let's
one.
go.
Hey, let's have an opening theme to open up for Watashi no Radio.
That is by Azumi Inoue. And it's from My Neighbor Totoro. And it was composed by Joe Hisaishi and sung by Azumi Inoue.
And performed by Totoro.
And we're going to say 1988 because that's when the movie came out.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So probably. Anything else you want to say about Hey Let's Go? Also called Stroll. You might find it, if you're looking for the song, it might be called Stroll.
I would. My Neighbor Totoro is a very good movie.
It is a very good movie. Is it your favorite Ghibli movie?
I don't know. My first Ghibli movie was Spirited Away.
That's a good one.
So I am partial to that one.
Kind of a tough place to start, but that's good.
But I do like a lot of the other ones.
Very nice. Pretty sure my first one was Princess Mononoke. Pretty sure. And I saw it in the theater. And I had no real expectation.
I think I just watched mine in Anime Club.
In an anime club in high school?
Yeah,
That's fun.
it was. I was in other clubs too, of course. Far East Club. We see where that led me today.
Yes.
And there was a theme with mine, no? Now, if we want to go into that, there's a really funny story about... Let me set the scene for you.
Okay.
There I was, standing, or, well, sitting, on the stage. Curtains closed. It's dark around me. It was the last day of high school. Everyone on that stage had won an award, but none of them were told what it was. Or, well, I wasn't told what mine was.
Okay.
I was completely clueless. Even after I won it, I didn't know why I won it. And as they called my name, it was still a mystery. Dedication to history. I eventually figured it out, though. My last year, I was dragged into joining, I think it was a President's Society or something. Yeah, I think it was a President's Society. You know, like that movie, Dead President's Society.
Okay.
But I was dragged into joining this club and worked preparing events and other charity stuff that they did. Events mostly, making posters, planning them, and setting them up. I don't remember dedicating too much to history, though, which was very odd. But the teachers in charge of the club apparently thought I dedicated myself to the club, and thus I dedicated myself to history. How do you like that?
Wow. For being in the club for 1 year. That's great. I was not terribly involved in clubs. That's really cool.
Not expecting that. Dedication to history.
Well, now we need to get you a dedication to anime t-shirt.
Yeah, dedication to anime history.
We actually do. You're right. We cover a lot of anime history. I think that works. So I think I picked out this week's new.
You did? What is it?
It's by the band is official HIGE DANdism. Official HIGE Dan, I think, is how you find the website. And the song is Cry Baby. It is not their newest, but I like it better than their newest. I shouldn't say that because I'll probably play the other one here in a few weeks. But it is called Cry Baby.
All right.
HIGE Dan had the song Pretender that I know I have played for you before. It didn't come out till 2019, so we would not have had it on the show before.
Okay.
And I know we've decided to leave something old, something new, borrowed, and blue, all a little bit fluid. No hard and fast rules. So to me, if it's something we didn't play on the show before, it's easily new. At least if it came out after that. So
it was still last year, right?
It was still just, 2019. It's 3 years ago now. So definitely after our show ended, but I'm calling that our something new for this week.
That is fine.
And for anybody who already listens to Japanese music, and the name is familiar, but you're not sure what from, it probably is from their single Pretender.
Not to be confused with Great Pretender.
Not to be confused with Great Pretender. I don't have a whole lot to say about the band. I don't know them. Some bands I can tell you about the different people in it and other projects that they've done. This is not one I know that well. I know the HIGE Dan, the kanji anyway, is facial hair, like beard or mustache. And the Dan is from danshi. It's for man. So I always have pictured it as like men with beards. They don't have beards. So, all right, I'm going to look it up for next time. I'll look it up for next time. I know this is not a live show, but we're doing it pretty much as if it were our old live radio show. We're not going to do a whole lot of stop and look stuff up, maybe a little, but we're going to have lots of HIGE Dan songs, I'm sure, because they are pretty hot right now. They have several songs in the Billboard Top 100. The one I just said is currently number 22 and on its way back down because they have another one right up there at the top. We'll do that one in a couple weeks.
Don't worry, we'll figure this out next week on Watashi no Mystery Theater. All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Something borrowed. Did you do that one? Yes, you picked it for this week.
Yes.
Okay.
I picked a fun one for something borrowed. Now, when we're thinking about something borrowed, it's easiest to think, well, let's see, what songs did they take or what's the word?
Covers is the word, I think.
Covers is the word, thank you. Say songs from overseas like America, and they become popular enough to be really good songs in the Japanese culture, or in this case, I guess, anime culture.
That's right.
So I went ahead, and as something borrowed, drum roll please, as something borrowed, we got Fly Me to the Moon by Yoko Takahashi.
Very nice.
Also heard in Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Very, very nice. And does she sing it in English or in Japanese?
I think she sings it in English.
Nice.
I think yes. It's usually always sung in English still.
I think you're right.
For Japanese media.
Yes. Well, it's by Japanese artists and put out in an anime soundtrack. It absolutely counts. I was not questioning that at all. I was just curious if there might be a Japanese version.
Which sounds good.
So we might mix it up.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to mix it up. This is just a guideline. These four...
That's right. Your interpretation of borrowed. Fly Me to the Moon, Yoko Takahashi from the Evangelion soundtrack.
Yes.
Very nice. Oh man, there's another movie. That's one I watched. Well, we saw them when they came out, not immediately when they came out, but
they did come out with an intense Blu-ray collection just recently.
Intense Blu-ray?
Yes, I say intense because the collector's edition includes... Okay, we'll start with the regular Blu-ray collection includes the Netflix release, pretty much.
Okay.
And that subbing dubbing.
Right. They reworked everything, I think.
But the collector's Blu-ray comes with a second box, the original sub and dub.
Gotcha.
Except they still took out the best song, Fly Me to the Moon.
Did they really?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know why.
It has to have been for rights or something like that. That's weird.
But it's like a Frank Sinatra song.
I'm just... I understand it's an important song, and I agree.
But I am at least watching it through with the original subtitles.
Very good.
So that's something.
And is that the series or the movies that came later kind of summarizing things?
Yes.
Okay.
It includes the series and the movies.
I'm one of those who was quite confused by the series. I mean, we watched it all. I think I enjoyed it. I was pretty lost, but I enjoyed it. That's fine. There were others like that. Razafon, I loved it. A little confused.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever. When the movie versions came out, I think they were I feel like they summarized and straightened out the story a whole bunch because I actually could follow it. A lot of people loved all the extra stuff from before, so not knocking that at all, but things made a lot more sense to me when I watched them in the shorter form. I don't think they changed. I don't think they made any major changes. I think they just reorganized and summarized some things.
Right, and that's probably why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody could follow along. And they can go back and rewatch the series and go, okay, I know what's going on now.
Exactly. So I do think, and it works, because I do now want to go back and watch the series, now that I think I know what's happening. There are a lot of those, and I'm going to just call them giant robot and space battle anime that I just sort of enjoy each episode as it comes.
Or mecha for short.
Sure, yep. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of them in general, but we've watched a lot of them, and I kind of enjoy them for characters and stories, and often don't follow a series-long arc. I think I just don't have not sure where I was going with that. We have a lot of them, and I'm not knocking them, but I think I often don't quite follow. It doesn't help that my husband is a huge fan of Robotech. So we have all the original Macross, the original series, and quite a few movies. I mean, there were multiple spin-off series. Should we hit up our something? We've done something old, something new, something borrowed. And bring us home with something blue?
Yep.
All right. What did you come up with?
Well, something blue could be a lot of things. We could crack in some Japanese jazz.
True.
Of which there is a good bit.
Mm-hmm. We did leave this quite interpretive, so I think some cool jazz could be blue. Sure.
We could always go with, something like, there's probably a song out there called Blue Rose or something, right?
Probably so,
Blue
yeah.
Rose.
Plenty of songs that have blue in the title, sure.
Or even, you know what? Even the new song we had could have been considered something blue. Because it's a crying baby.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess the tears would be blue.
But I decided to go with the Green Hill Zone with the conductor Masato Nakamura.
And what is that from, Sonic?
Well, that's from Sonic the Hedgehog 1.
Thank you, Sonic. That is from Sonic.
The first one. No relation.
So Masato Nakamura was in a band at the time. And he was asked to do the music for Sega was kind of relaunching their brand, and they wanted to have a new mascot. They had a mascot. Prior to Sonic, Sega was using Alex Kidd as their mascot. I looked up Alex Kidd, and it's not familiar to me in the slightest. So it's not one that really was popular in the US, and the whole point of them wanting to have a new mascot was to compete with Nintendo, who had Mario. And so they came up with Sonic. And it helps that it was an incredible game, and it came out with the Genesis, which was an incredible system, and it came out with incredible music.
Thanks to Masato
Nakamura, that's right. And I saw an interview where he said they were in the middle of recording an album, actually. And so he took he's sort of an orchestral type of thinker. So as he's composing music for their album, he would take time in the studio and kind of turn his attention over to this. He can only have four tracks going at the same time. So for as complex as his music is, and if you listen to it, one of the ways he was able to make it sound so orchestral and to have so much happening, I think he composed it on an Atari. When he got tired of that, he'd go back and compose for his band.
Maybe we'll find some of his songs from his band for another day.
That's a great idea. And his J-pop band is Dreams Come True, formed in 1988. And as a composer, he did all the soundtracks for the Sonic the Hedgehog in 91 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in 1992. So he did both. He speaks with such gratitude about that time. He still just loves that his music reached people all around the world thanks to video games.
And to bring the whole thing back around, 1988 is the same year of our old song.
Something Old? Was also from 1988? Very nice.
There we go.
That works.
Do we have any news for this week, Tink?
Yes, my news for this week is that the emotional epic Drive My Car by director Ryusuke Hamaguchi just won the Oscar for Best International Feature Film.
Ooh.
So a big congratulations to Mr. Hamaguchi and everybody involved. And I was looking to see if the actors were familiar to me, but at a quick glance, they weren't. They felt familiar. I saw some scenes from it and haven't watched the whole movie yet. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Drive My Car. Okay.
I would like to take a look at it.
Excellent. Well, I'll try to figure out where we can watch it online. I know I've seen some scenes from it. I look forward to watching it. But congratulations to them for winning the Academy Award for Best International Feature Film. It's the 5th film from Japan to win the Oscar. The first one was, the English name was Departures.
We have a lot of things planned for next and later episodes of Watashi no Radio. Other segments besides just news and music trivia. Including, we could always do a bit of a Q&A if anybody has anything to ask us.
Sure.
I don't imagine they would. But we have emails you can email us at.
We do. We have, you can email us at sonic@watashinoradio.com or tink@watashinoradio.com. We also have a Facebook page. Currently, I think it still says Watashi no Radio XLR.
We might get rid of that XLR.
Get rid of the XLR. We want to send a huge thank you to everybody at Lander University XLR for giving us the opportunity to do it while we were there on campus. Thank you. And to Paul Crutcher, the general manager of the station there, and for all he's done for us.
Yes, thank you very much.
So much was hard then. In fact, the main thing was just how do you even find new music and get to listen to it and purchase it and get a hold of it? And it was hard.
It was.
And now so much of it, in fact, I haven't gone back through our entire old library that we would struggle to come up with for the radio show. We're directing you to a Spotify playlist. So that's how many Japanese acts and companies now are releasing their stuff to Western audiences. And it's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. But we hope you enjoy the show. And if you are interested, anything we learn about, if we're going to have behind the scenes information or streaming, we'll put it all on our website and our Facebook page, and we'll mention it here on the show.
Exactly. And
we hope you'll join us next week.
Please join us next week here on Watashi no Radio
with Tink
and Sonic. Good night, everybody.